Hey everybody, how's it going? It is Matt and it is Wild Wednesday. First and foremost, I do hope each and every one of you are having a great morning, evening, dawn, day, or dusk, all that wonderful stuff because life's too short. Otherwise, please do like, share, and subscribe. I love seeing each and every one of your faces every day of the week, except for Saturdays and Sundays and holidays, depending on how my schedule is looking, one of those ordeals. But either way, I do try to get to you guys every day, Monday through Friday, for something. For last Friday, I wasn't able to get here because my schedule was just a little too crazy, and I had some things happen that I didn't foresee would happen, and it kind of took a little more attention to it than what I was expecting for the day. It was one of those oh shit ordeals, one of those things. And then Monday, of course, I wasn't here because of the holiday. And then yesterday was my birthday, by the way, folks. I turned a big 4-0 yesterday, and I decided that I was going to take the day off because I didn't want to give you guys a half-assed review because I was not really feeling doing anything yesterday except for being lazy and watching movies. And that's exactly what I did. It was beautiful. Now, back to my usual spiel. Do always look in the description box for more information on the daily film. Today's film, there is your brief synopsis, your starring cast, your director, the runtime of this cut I am watching, along with a couple little tidbits of trivia that I came up with for this film today. It is a fun one. I got quite the glare going on with my glasses here today, so maybe I'll just we'll just keep them on for a little bit and then we'll take them off halfway through, after I read all my spiel. But it is none other than the 1986 movie Troll. This is the Scream Factory double feature release of this. As far as I know, this is the only way you can get it on Blu-ray format is this. Otherwise, there is an old DVD that is a double feature of both Troll 1 and 2 as well. I'm sure there is some single releases of it. I just don't have any singular releases, or do I know of any right off the top of my head other than the old school VHS, which I'm not going to break out any old school VHS unless needed. I don't own that many anymore. I used to have quite the VHS collection, but I had to have a few casualties along the way, and VHS became the casualty. Now, this one runs at an hour and 22 minutes, which I can see that this one has never suffered any kind of cuts whatsoever. This is a very mild movie. It is a PG-13 film, so there is very, very little that I would say would suggest that they would cut anything on this film here. And now this one stars Noah. Well, first off, I almost forgot. This, like I said, this is the Scream Factory release. As far as what you got for special features, there is a making of Troll feature with John Carl Buechler, producer John Carl Buechler, Charles Band, and writer Ed Naha. Wow, Matthew. And then composer Richard Band and more. There's a still gallery and then a theatrical trailer. So there's just a few things on there. Not a whole lot, but enough to indulge your taste buds a little bit to make you hopefully want to purchase this. Now, this is a standard issue pressed Blu-ray, by the way, and it does have this on the reversible side, both a artwork for both Troll 1 and 2. Both very fun, which today is Troll. Eventually I'll do Troll 2, and I'll eventually do an amazing documentary that they made on it called The Best Worst Movie Ever Made, I think is what it's called. Very, very good documentary that goes over the making of Troll 2. But we're not here for Troll 2. We're here for Troll today. Now, this one stars Noah Hathaway, which I believe he was from The Never Ending Story, if memory serves me correct. We got the great Michael Moriarty in here, which you should know him from stuff such as like The Stuff or Q, Winged Serpent, and then there's a whole bunch of other stuff, but those are the first two things that I can think of off the top of my head. And he did some television stuff. I know he was nominated for a Golden Globe, if memory serves me correct. And then we also got Shelley Hack in here, Jenny Beck, Sonny Bono. Yes, that's Sonny Bono of Sonny and Cher fame. Rest in peace, Sonny. He was a politician towards the end of his career. I believe he was a Republican, and he was the, I want to say, the senator or the governor of California at one point or another. Very interesting, very fun story about him. And then we also got the amazing Phil Fondacaro in here, who pulls a double role. He plays both the troll, and then he plays this other character named Malcolm, who is a very, very good character. You get to really see him do some acting, and I am really happy that John Carl Buechler gave him the opportunity to do this, because the guy crushed it as an actor. I'm not gonna lie, Phil Fondacaro has some talent, and unfortunately he gets buried behind makeup or silly little schlocky things just because he is a little person. So it's unfortunate because the guy has a lot of talent, much like Peter Dinklage. The guy can really act. And then we got Brad Hall in here, Anne Lockhart and June Lockhart, both mother and daughter. They both play the same character. One of them just plays the younger character, and then the other one plays the older version of the character. And it's very interesting to see them portray that one character in make her look younger and older, because she starts out as the old version. And then she eventually becomes the young version as the movie goes on. It's very, very interesting, and it's very whimsical. It's this is like one of those movies that's full of like woodland creatures like nymphs and trolls and goblins and other things of that nature, little fairies and sprites and little things like that. Just little silly things, but it essentially is about this troll that takes over this little girl's body. This little girl and her family play. They move into this new apartment complex, which is full of like these weird, eccentric type of tenants, and they come in and they meet them all one by one, slowly but surely, and within a 24-hour span, because at one point the fire alarm is going off, and all of them are just nonchalantly like, oh hey, the alarm's going off again, we better get somebody here to turn it off. One of those ordeals. Very silly, in my opinion, how they do that. I don't know if I really necessarily agree with going that route, but it worked for what they have. It almost felt like like we were introducing characters on Full House or something like that. Which I almost forgot, Julia Louis-Dreyfus from Seinfeld fame is in this. This is her very first role. As a matter of fact, she despises this movie to the fact that at one point she did a guest spot on Jay Leno, and they pulled out a clip of her in Troll, and she didn't freak out, but she was very much unhappy, and stated how she did not like working on this movie, much less being tied to it. Kind of like how Jennifer Aniston is with Leprechaun, and I imagine DiCaprio's that way with Critters 3. It's one of those ordeals. I don't foresee him liking that role as much as his other stuff as well. Now, like I said, excuse me, folks, I need another cigarette, it sounds like. But anyways, So this family moves in. The fire alarm's going off. They're meeting them one by one. There's a young Julie Louis Dreyfus lives by herself, but her boyfriend comes in and checks on her and this and that. We got the Malcolm character, but played by Phil Fondacaro. He's kind of he's a professor of sorts. He does a lot of really cool stuff with like literature. He at one point recites this play or this reading from I'm not 100% what it's from, but it's about trolls and woodland fairies and stuff like that. If memory serves me correct, if that's what it was about, but his delivery was just perfect, and there's not a single thing wrong with or flawless with his acting in this. As a matter of fact, him and Michael Moriarty are my two favorite characters of the whole film, movie. I should say this is not a film. This is a movie. It is made for non-artistic value. This is made just to make money, and I'm sure they made a little bit of money on it, not a whole lot. I think this ran under the Empire distributing label. I think it ran under that one. I could be wrong, but it's one of if I'm correct, it was one of their top ones, which I really like this one. And at one point, John Carl Buechler had even approached. He was the director of this, by the way, and he also dabbled in doing special effects works as well, because you can really tell that he did a lot of the effects because it has his style written all over it. And there's a fun little cameo with John Carl Buechler in it where he plays this sorcerer, and he plays oh shoot, Anne Lockhart's lover or friend or whatever you want to call him. Her boyfriend, husband, because at one point she's married to the troll, like way beforehand, before he was turned into a troll, and his name's Torok. That I do remember, and they had a whole thing together. But there is a painting of John Carl Buechler, who was her mentor. That's what it was. But before he eventually gets turned into a like little mushroom looking character, like a toadstool. But he has a fun little cameo in. There's a painting in the background with him and her, and it's so funny because it's one of those things. It's like, holy shit, there's John Carl Buechler making an appearance in his own movie. I love it. And now, so essentially, what happens is this character, this troll character, this Torok, he goes from room to room, level to apartment level to apartment level, essentially taking over each and every one of the people that live inside there, the residents, and turning them into various woodland creatures. Julie Louis Dreyfus gets turns into like a woodland nymph or something like that. She like and she wears like this like weird green loinclothy type thing going on over her chesticles and her vagina's area. Um, uh, but anyways, I'm kind of glad they had her covered up because she does nothing for me attractive wise. She's quite the opposite for me. Even though she was very much young and she was good. She's a good looking lady, just not my cup of tea at all. I'm just she seems too high maintenance. Anyways, even in this movie, she seems high maintenance. But she gets turned into like a nymph. There's Phil Fondacaro gets turned into an elf, and there's a whole little thing between the Torok the troll and Malcolm the Phil Fondacaro characters. There's a little bond between them because the little girl who is possessed by Torok, he has this ring and he can make himself look like whoever he wants. And as a matter of fact, you can kind of see the ring here on the cover here. But he is able to turn into whoever he wants, and he does that, use that to his advantage, and he turns into this little girl that of the family that just moved into the house, which their last name is Potter. And you want to hear something really funny and silly? Both the dad and the son are named Harry. Harry Sr. and Harry Jr., and their last name's Potter. So it's essentially the beginning of Harry Potter as you know it, you know? No, I'm kidding. Their names are Harry Potter Senior and Junior, which cracks me up. As soon as I rewatched it the other night, I started laughing so hard because I was just like, oh my god, this is where J.K. got the names for, I believe. But J.K. does not claims to not know anything about this movie. I don't know. Well, if you do, you do. You don't, you don't. Either way, you use you have a name of a character that just happens to be the same as a character in this. Weird coincidence. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyways, so he takes over the character, possesses this little girl, and that's how he's able to go from resident to resident without being suspected of anything evil, other than she's kind of an obnoxious little girl. Like, she's one of those that I would love to just give her just a hefty little push. Not a hefty push, just a little push to just go, hey, what is your problem? You're being a little twerp, you know? I mean, but you can't do that, unfortunately. Oh, Matthew. But after a while, the Lockhart character, the Anne Lockhart character, she is a good witch, and she starts to realize what's going on, and she's getting herself braced and ready to go to battle with Torok and everything else in there. And it's basically, you gotta stop it before that X amount of time, because otherwise everything will stick and he will be back into the real world, and he'll get to do whatever he wishes. All of his little magical powers work in the real world, which is not a good thing. You know, that would be bad. Now, as far as any kind of ratings go on this one, like an entertain or a technical side, it is probably like a 2, because it does suffer from problems. It is momentum wise, it's a little all over the place. There is also some strange story, like the way the story goes. There's some strange little plot holes in it, which I'm not going to give away. I want you guys to watch it so you guys can get it for yourself. But there's all kinds of strange little plot holes that make no sense. One that I will give away, I guess, is John Carl Buechler's character. How did he get turned into the toadstool? Why is he a toadstool? That's one thing that in particular that I would like to know. What happened between Torok and the Anne and Lockhart character? What happened? What caused the rift between them? I mean, they kind of like slow. They like brush across it real quick and like, oh yeah, da 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 da. But then they quickly go on to other things, so they don't really explain it as well as it should be. So that does affect it very, very much. Now, as far as an entertainment side goes, this thing's probably a 3, a 2, or a 3. This thing's like a 4 or a 5 out of 10 kind of movie. Without my glasses, it looks like he's flipping me off, which is kind of funny. But that was weird. My Bluetooth just beeped over there. But anyways, a 4 or 5 out of 10. I'm going to go with the 5 out of 10 and call it good right there. I'm going to get the hell out of here, guys. Tomorrow I got a really bad one lined up for you, or at least I have a feeling it's going to be really, really bad. But Friday, I have a very, very good one for you. I was going to do it yesterday just for my birthday, but I decided not to. I'm going to save it for you guys for Friday because it is such an amazing film. It is a 9 or a 10 out of 10 film, in my opinion. So do tune in Friday for that one. Tomorrow, like I said, I'm going to have something kind of weird. It's kind of a rape revenge slasher whatever hybrid. I don't know, whatever. I'll figure it out when I watch it. It's listed under the under slasher. So we'll see. All right, guys. Love your faces as always, and I can't wait to see you till tomorrow.